According to today's news, insider information suggests that the SEC is still determined to appeal the Ripple decision, even though they were slammed in Congress and a new law has been introduced to fire Gary Gensler and restructure the SEC. This is despite the fact that the SEC seems determined to appeal the decision, which would likely lead to a big drop in the price of XRP. XRP is worth 58.9 cents right now, which is down about 0.25% on a daily basis. Its price has been stable between 58 and 60 cents for the past week or so, as people have been waiting for this decision. Who will win? The cruel SEC or Congress and XRP? First things first, here is a clip from Congress with Republican Warren talking about the major issues that are still valid today. One of them is Gary Gensler himself, and the other is how the SEC is set up. Listen to this. To be honest, your time as chairman has brought to light two problems. A problem with Gary Gensler and a flaw in the way the SEC is built. And as I told you in April, I came up with a plan called the SEC Stabilization Act. Every day that you're chairman, you make the case for this bill stronger by making rule after rule without thinking about how these rules will affect people, or maybe that's the benefit for you. But it's making our markets very different. This country has markets that are the envy of the world. Why would you mess with them? With the ways that our markets are being run, capital is leaving not to get around our rules, but to find a place where they can get clear, work with a regulator, and get a decision on how to move forward. It's not clear what you mean when you say equally applied instead of selectively applied. You're cutting down on comment times on purpose to get less feedback. The courts have even said this is unfair and random. I think you're abusing your power as SEC chairperson to push a woke political and social cause. To be honest, you're head of Congress, the courts, and even your own government, and no one has held you responsible for it. I wish the Biden government would tell you that you're fired, but they have a long list of people they need to do that for. The SEC Stabilization Act from Congress should help them do that. This is why Davison wants Congress to pass his new law, the SEC Stabilization Act. This new law would solve both problems right away. First, it would get rid of Gary Gensler, which is a good idea. Second, it would restructure and democratize the SEC, similar to how the Supreme Court works by not giving one man all the power. Instead, 6 commissioners will make rules, enforce them, and look into things. To be honest, this is how things should be. This is what we need, especially when one man who seems to lack any intelligence or skill is in charge of everything. Again, we can hear Warren Davidson call Gary Gensler out for not being able to understand what the clear rules of the road are and what is not clear in a court of law. To this day, he still can't answer the question of whether XRP is secure. Since 2015, they've been there. You've said in the past that the market is clear and the rules are clear, so just jump in. You don't even know the question. Do you think XRP is a trust? We're in court having talks and a lawsuit about that right now. You're being sued because you did say it was a security. There's no doubt that Gary Gensler's time is almost up, and he certainly didn't enjoy speaking in front of Congress, looking clearly upset as he stumbled through his words and got laughed at in response. You don't answer the straight question about the different terms. Instead, you answer a different question. Good for you. Let's talk about this question. I really love this. I think it's safe to say that Gary Gensler's bad luck has finally caught up with him. To make matters worse, he is now having SEC members like Hester Peirce shame him. When Hester Peirce told Congress that the SEC had not done its job as a regulator, she said, "I am concerned that this is a very slippery slope." If the SEC takes the position that most NFTs are sold as securities, where does it end? They even said that the token itself is not a security, which is a big deal and something they should have said a long time ago. To be fair, they didn't have much of a choice after losing so many court cases to Ripple and the XRP community. This new bill would be a great answer that would finally let trillions of dollars from institutions flood into the market. This would happen after regulations were made clear for crypto, especially XRP, and for holding crypto as well. This is why I'm so bullish on crypto. Trillions of dollars are about to flood the market. I truly believe that this is going to be a once-in-a-generation chance to become incredibly wealthy with crypto. That's why I just recently made a free-to-join Discord server where 300 to 50 of us are working towards financial freedom and learning new things every day, so feel free to join the family. There will be a link to join in the text below. As I already said, it's clear that Congress is sick of the SEC and wants them to stop blocking this innovation and start telling the truth and doing their jobs. And because of all the new evidence, many people think that the SEC can't appeal the Ripple decision anymore, and that XRP is only days away from legal clarity, which will cause its price to skyrocket. Eleanor Terrett, on the other hand, says that Gabby Gensler still has other plans. She wants to appeal, which means she wants to lower the price of XRP for a little while longer. According to Eleanor Terrett of Fox Business, an insider from a former SEC lawyer who just left the agency said that the SEC will likely appeal Josh Torres' decision on XRP because, quote, everyone over there truly believes that the decision is wrong It is not good law and should be appealed. To be honest, it's kind of funny because the SEC is the bad guy in this case. They are the ones who have been accused of lying and being wrong many times. Even so, they're still acting like they're in charge, like they're the judge, jury, and executioner. I think that's silly. Then John Deaton joins in with his detailed thoughts on the secret information. At the end of the day, just saying that the SEC can appeal the ruling no matter what they do, yes, but in the end, they will lose in the Supreme Court. So making this appeal would be pointless and wasteful of our money, which is money paid for by taxpayers. But Gary Gensler is likely to do it anyway, because he doesn't care. Right now, it's clear that he's not defending anyone. Even though the SEC finally explained what a tokenized asset is, and when it turns into a security, which is good for XRP because it doesn't follow this process, it is still not a security. Now that you know this, there is still a lot of tension in the neighborhood, that even the SEC doesn't know what to do. The one for XRP is clear, but how much longer will the SEC keep changing the price, putting on this show, and not letting XRPs or any other cryptocurrencies acceptance flow? Use the links below to join the free technical site and chat with other people while you learn a lot more. Let me know what you think. Don't think about the short term, though. Think about the long term. See you in the next one.